Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Colin and this is my 93 Accord SE Coupe. Today, I'm working on finally pulling this old engine. So I got it on these two jack stands. The back are on rollers already. So, got to pull the axles, drop all this. I've got most everything unplugged and ready to pull, except for the motor mounts and a few odds and ends back there, I think. Also, I'm going to pull the shifter assembly because I am converting this to a manual. I got pretty much all the parts I need except for a transmission, which I have a lead on. Should be getting that sometime soon. So yeah, let's get to it. This new PV blaster bottle has a really hard... Oh, is that my fault? Yeah, that was my fault. There's a lock on this new bottle. I don't like it. Let's just soak everything. I bought this 36mm axle socket today specifically for this job, and what do you know? It's already loose. Broke that one off. Oh boy. Pretty sure those are 14mm. What the? Ah, it's weird. What in the world? This caliber is held on with two 17mm. By the way, absolutely love this rigid mid torque. My gosh, this thing's amazing. Got it on a Cyber Monday deal with the battery for 150 bucks. This thing's incredible. Look at these brake pads. They still had a ton of meat left on them. On the back side here, there are two, looks like 17mm, holding the second part of the caliber bracket on. Let's get those off. Wow. Got the lower ball joint out. This is a 17mm nut. Take that off and then put it back on, just kind of flush, and then hit it with a good hammer right here on the cast iron. Good many times, and it should pop out like it did for me. If not, you can hit it on the top here a few times or get a little heat. This lower ball joint here is proving to be a little bit more difficult. It's just hard to get a good swing at it with a hammer, and it's exposed to more corrosion and all, I believe. So just gotta keep banging on it some. Might have to get a tie rod separator, which I do have somewhere. I just have no idea where. Okay, so I've been pounding away at this thing, this lower ball joint. Finally got my ball joint separator, tie rod end separator. It really helped with this top one. Got that off. I've done it 2 or 3 times now on the bottom, and it is not popping out. So might have to get some heat. I might just keep trying. it's got to pop out, or this thing's just like welded shut and I'll have to cut the lower control arm off or just take that off. Okay, so what I've had to do, I took the sway bar off. I cannot get this off with any method I have, really. I've not used heat yet, but I decided to take the lower control arm off. But to really get to that properly, I need to take this torsion bar connecting rod off. I'm not sure the proper term for that one. It's part of the suspension, and it's right there on probably both ends. So yeah, that's the plan. Well, after looking at it more, I'm wrong. If I take this end off, nothing will change. I need this out of my way so I can get leverage on that bolt there. I technically need to take off, you probably can't see them. Yeah, 2 bolts that connect this rod to the knuckle. And they're not easy to get to, so the fun continues. So after taking a lunch break and applying some heat persuasion, the ball joint's out. Finally, that thing was a pain in the ass. On to the next side. Well, it's 4:30 and I am done. As you can see, pretty dirty, so let me show you what I got done today. Got this side off, the axle and everything. Sorry about the dog barking, it's not mine. This side's off. And then I started to, I probably didn't have to do this, but I wanted to. Since I'm adding a turbo and we'll need to do some pipe fitting and everything, I took a bunch of stuff from the front end off. So we're getting closer and closer to pulling this engine. I tell you what, there's so much to a car engine compared to a dirt bike or street motorcycle. It's incredible. I'll be honest, there's things I'm seeing, and I know cars pretty well, but I don't know right off the bat, like, what the heck is that? It's by Nissan. It's got to do with the brake system, I would imagine, looking at the routing of the pipe and all. But yeah, you learn new stuff every day. My concern with the turbo, you know, this is the engine that will go in, but not this exact one. The manifold will be here. The turbo will sit, I don't know, somewhere like here. The piping will need to come over here and down in here, I believe. So there's a power steering, stuff to do with the power steering, I believe. That's like a transmission cooler, I think. And then the radiator over here, and that is another cooler, oil cooler, transmission cooler. Yeah, I gotta look up my manual some more, but the piping will need to be, will need to go down here. So I'll have to cut a hole somewhere in here. And if I want to keep power steering or any of this stuff, that's gonna be a challenge. So yeah, we will see how this all goes. I would like to still keep AC as well. But you know, who knows? Not the end of the world if I have to get rid of it. This is a fun build, a project build, but I do want to make this car a good daily driver, if you will. I want to be able to get in it and go wherever I want to comfortably. So next things to do are to pull the shift linkage and everything, which I did not get to today. That's okay. Pretty easy. Pull that. And then get the crane hooked up, the hoist, if you will. Undo the engine mounting bolts and a few other little bits and start to pull this thing. That's really it. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.